Imagine this. You've spent years trusting a car brand, believing in its reliability, prestige, or performance. But behind closed doors, that very brand is quietly struggling, and neither the manufacturer nor the dealers are telling you a thing. Owners are left trapped with cars that are losing value faster than you can imagine. Dealerships are closing, production is shrinking, and some of your favorite models might vanish before you even get a chance to drive them. Today, we're counting down the 6 car brands that are on the brink of collapse in 2026. Brands facing serious trouble, whether it's due to corporate scandals, poor management decisions, or being completely overtaken by competitors. Number 6. Genesis. Kicking off our list at number 6 is Genesis, Hyundai's ambitious luxury brand that once promised to rival the likes of Mercedes, BMW, and Lexus. When it launched, Genesis was supposed to deliver premium interiors, cutting-edge technology, and head-turning design, all at a fraction of the price of German competitors. On paper, it sounded like the perfect recipe for success. But here's the problem. Luxury isn't just about a sleek logo or a discounted price. Status and recognition matter, and Genesis hasn't been able to convince buyers that it truly belongs in the premium league. Many consumers still see it as just a Hyundai wearing a fancy outfit. Sales tell the story. In the US, Genesis sold over 75,000 units last year. That sounds solid until you compare it to BMW's 371,000, Lexus 346,000, or Mercedes 324,000. In other words, the brand is barely making a dent in the luxury market. And it doesn't stop there. Ownership has been rocky, with recalls hitting multiple models. In 2022, fuel pump failures forced numerous recalls, causing sudden stalling. EVs like the GV60 and G80 faced power loss issues last year. Each recall chips away at customer trust, which is crucial for a luxury brand trying to establish itself. External factors haven't helped either. Dependence on imported parts and tariffs have made these cars more expensive than initially planned, and models like the electric G80 have already been removed from the lineup. Rumors suggest other vehicles, including the G70 and GV70, could also vanish soon. All this means owners are left with cars that depreciate quickly, limited dealer support, and uncertain future availability of parts. So, if Genesis was on your radar, it's worth thinking twice before taking the plunge in 2026. While the cars themselves aren't bad, the brand's unstable footing makes it a risky investment for anyone who wants a long-term, worry-free ownership experience. Number 5. Jaguar. Coming in at number 5 is Jaguar, a brand that once symbolized British luxury and prestige. Owning a Jaguar wasn't just about driving a car, it was a statement. Sleek sedans, roaring sports cars, and that iconic leaping cat emblem defined decades of automotive excellence. Jaguar was the ultimate expression of elegance, sophistication, and performance. But today, Jaguar is a shadow of its former self. Over the past few years, the company has discontinued several key models, including the XE, XF, F-Type, I-Pace, and E-Pace in major markets like the US, leaving the F-Pace SUV as the only model in its portfolio. This bold shift to an all-electric lineup before the market was ready has left dealerships with empty showrooms and consumers frustrated. Sales have plummeted to levels so low they barely register against competitors. A failed rebranding effort attempted to modernize the logo and image, but instead of revitalizing the brand, it stripped away decades of identity, angering longtime fans. The CEO even resigned months after the backlash. Jaguar's reliability hasn't helped either. RepairPal rates the brand 2.5 out of 5 stars, placing it near the bottom of the industry. Resale values are tanking, and many dealerships have closed, leaving owners with less support and fewer options for maintenance. If Jaguar's upcoming electric models don't succeed, the brand could be facing extinction. So, while the cars still carry a sense of luxury, investing in Jaguar today is a gamble, and one that could cost you in the long run. Number 4. Mitsubishi. At number 4, we have Mitsubishi, a Japanese icon that once ruled both city streets and global rally circuits. From the legendary Lancer Evolution to the off-road capable Montero, Mitsubishi built a reputation for reliable, high-performance vehicles at a reasonable price. For decades, it was a brand you could trust, whether you were chasing speed or adventure. Fast forward to 2026, and the story is very different. Sales have crashed dramatically, from 345,000 units sold in the US in 2002 to just 86,000 units 2 decades later. Tariffs and supply chain disruptions have only made matters worse, forcing price increases and leaving thousands of vehicles stranded at ports. The current lineup is a shadow of its former glory. Only a handful of crossovers and SUVs remain, and they struggle to compete against rivals in every category. On top of that, the brand's reputation for dependability has been tarnished by recurring electrical issues, suspension failures, engine stalling, and CVT gearbox problems. Mitsubishi's credibility took a major hit with past scandals. In 2000, the company was caught concealing significant technical flaws. Then in 2016, it admitted to fabricating fuel consumption data for over 625,000 cars, resulting in executive resignations, police raids, lawsuits, and a halving of the company's market value. Today, the brand is owned mostly by Nissan, which intervened to keep Mitsubishi afloat. But even with this backing, the company lacks a clear identity and vision. Models lose value quickly, dealer support is limited, and buying a Mitsubishi now carries significant risk. If you're considering one, think carefully before committing. Once a symbol of rally dominance and dependable engineering, Mitsubishi is now struggling to survive. Number 3. Infiniti. Taking the number 3 spot is Infiniti, Nissan's luxury brand that once promised Japanese precision wrapped in aspirational performance. In the mid-2000s, Infiniti was more than a budget-friendly alternative to Lexus. It had an identity, an attitude, and a devoted fan base. Cars like the G35, FX Series, and QX80 weren't just vehicles, they shaped an era. But in recent years, Infiniti has lost its way. Instead of building on what worked, powerful engines, sharp handling, and performance-focused designs, the brand pivoted toward generic luxury crossovers, abandoning the core characteristics that made it special. The reinvention failed to resonate with buyers, and the results are clear. Sales have fallen sharply. From 153,000 units sold in the US in 2017, numbers dropped to just 58,000 tours by 2024, with a further 10% decline from the previous year. Key models have been discontinued. The QX50 sedan is gone, production of the QX50 and QX55 SUVs ceased in 2025, leaving only the QX60 and QX80 in the lineup. Recalls have compounded the problem. Issues with CVT transmissions, brake calipers, airbags, engines, and power systems have eroded customer trust. Resale values are dropping, dealerships are consolidating, and buyer confidence is at an all-time low. If you're thinking about purchasing an Infiniti today, know this. The cars may be reliable, but the brand itself is on shaky ground. A shrinking dealer network and rapidly depreciating vehicles make Infiniti a risky choice for anyone looking for a long-term investment. Number 2. Chrysler. At number 2, we have Chrysler, an American icon that once dominated family garages and redefined the market. From putting the Hemi V8 on the road to inventing the minivan, Chrysler's innovations left a permanent mark on automotive history. For years, the brand stood for comfort, practicality, and ingenuity, and owning a Chrysler was synonymous with prestige and reliability. But today, those glory days are over. Sales have plummeted from over 640,000 vehicles in 2005 to less than 125,000 in 2024, an astonishing 80% drop. And things are expected to worsen in 2025, with the brand struggling to regain momentum. Chrysler's lineup is a shadow of its former self. The iconic 300 sedan was discontinued in 2023, and the Voyager now survives mostly as a fleet vehicle. The Pacifica is the only remaining consumer model, but it is losing market share against competitors like the Toyota Sienna, Kia Carnival, and Honda Odyssey, which offer superior technology, better reliability, and slower depreciation. Comeback attempts have also failed. Plans for the Airflow EV were scrapped mid-development due to cost concerns and outdated technology. The company's future is uncertain, and former CEO Carlos Tavares even warned that several of Stellantis's brands could vanish by 2026. Owners are the ones who suffer the most, left with cars that lose value rapidly, have fewer parts available, and face diminishing dealership support. Purchasing a Chrysler today carries real, tangible risk, and anyone looking for a reliable, long-term investment should think twice before committing. Number 1. Nissan. And finally, taking the top spot on our list, is the brand that might surprise you the most: Nissan. For decades, Nissan was a global powerhouse, synonymous with innovation, reliability, and performance. From the legendary GT-R to the Frontier, Altima, and Armada, Nissan vehicles dominated roads across continents, earning a reputation as a trusted, forward-thinking automaker. But beneath the surface, trouble has been brewing for years. Sales are declining rapidly, with U.S. numbers falling from 865,000 units in 2017 to just 3.3 million units globally in 2024. Manufacturing facilities have been closed, production scaled back, and nearly 20,000 employees laid off. Even flagship models like the Maxima and the Ultima have been discontinued due to falling demand. Financially, Nissan is staggering. The company reported a $4.5 billion global loss, and attempts to merge with Honda in 2024 collapsed after negotiations failed. EV strategy hasn't helped either. Plans for the Aria EV and 2 other U.S. projects were abruptly canceled, leaving the company with no clear path in the electric market. The warning signs are clear. This is a time-sensitive risk for owners. When an automaker struggles, it's the customers who bear the brunt first. Rapid depreciation, shrinking dealership networks, and limited access to parts and support. So, will Nissan survive this crisis? Only time will tell. But one thing is certain. If you're thinking about buying a Nissan today, you need to proceed with caution. Don't let your car become a financial burden. Do your research, consider the long-term implications, and choose wisely. Which brand on this list surprised you the most? Or maybe you've had your own experience with one of these automakers. Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. If you found this countdown useful, like this video, subscribe for more insider car insights, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one.